Spencer and the Rocks. By Lawrence F. Lowery. Spencer was a boy who, like most children, collected things. He had been collecting all kinds of things for a very long time, but he was beginning to get tired of the same old thing. When the school year ended, there was not much to do. He just kicked around trying to think of something to do. One day, Spencer picked up a rock and wiped dirt from it. At first, the rock looked like any other rock, but the more Spencer wiped the rock, the more interesting the rock became. Suddenly, a spot on the rock began to glitter in the sun. Tiny flecks that looked like glass were stuck in the rock. Spencer began to wonder if all rocks had hidden surprises. Spencer looked for rocks of different colors, shapes, and sizes. Everywhere he went, he found new and unusual rocks. He found them along the road, in fields, on beaches. The prettiest rocks, he thought, were beside small streams. He would hold the rocks in the water. When the rocks were wet, the colors looked brighter. Spencer became more and more curious about rocks. What were they made of? Where did they come from? Why were there so many different kinds? He wondered, and he kept adding rocks to his collection. Spencer's collection became bigger and bigger. Soon, he had rocks all over his room. Spencer enjoyed arranging his rocks. He put all the red rocks together, all the black together, all the gray together, all the pink together, and all the white together. He said to himself, "What a great collection!" One day, Spencer wondered what else could he do with his collection. He noticed the rocks were different in other ways besides color. Some were rough, some were smooth, some were soft, some were hard, some were heavy, and some were light. Some were dull, and some were bright. Spencer arranged his collection in many new ways. One morning, he put all the rocks gathered from the same place together. Then he put rocks of the same size together. Later, he put rocks he found on the same day together. July 30th, the farm in August 12th, the stream. Spencer enjoyed thinking of new ways to arrange his rocks. Spencer began collecting questions as well as rocks. The questions were about rocks. He asked his mother some questions. He asked his father other questions. He had questions for everyone he met. I wonder. Spencer asked so many questions that his mother took him to the library to find some answers. At the library, Spencer asked for a book on rocks. He was surprised. There was not only a book on rocks, There were dozens of books on rocks. Wow. Are you going to be a geologist? The librarian asked Spencer. Spencer did not know what a geologist was. The librarian told him that geologists are people who study rocks. Spencer took home one book and one magazine. I am going to be a geologist, Spencer said when he walked in the door. He told his mother about the librarian who helped him, then showed her what he had brought home. Spencer and his mother sat down together and studied the book. They looked at all the pictures of the rocks. Some rocks were just like the rocks Spencer had. He was interested in all of them. Spencer's mother pointed to one picture. This rock looks just like the one you have. It's called tuff. Tuff is a soft rock that comes from a volcano, she read. It's so soft, you can scratch it. Scratch it with your fingernail. Then she pointed to another picture. Oh, and that rock? Oh, that is another one that came from a volcano, she said. It is called basalt. Then she pointed to another one and said, graphite is another soft rock. It is used in pencils. Graphite. Spencer pointed to the next few pictures. His mother read on. Oh, here is another soft rock, gypsum. It is used to make plaster and paint. Oh, and this rock is one of the hardest in the world. It is called corundum. Only a diamond is harder than this rock. Wow. So many rocks. One page in the book had a chart showing pictures of all the rocks. Spencer's mother read the name of each rock: calcite, fluorite, apatite, feldspar, quartz, topaz, corundum, diamond. Later, Spencer copied down the names of the rocks he had. He learned to say the names and write them. Soon, Spencer had even more rocks in his room. Now he was doing more than just looking at them. He was even doing more than arranging them. He was discovering many things about his rocks. And maybe, just maybe, someday I'll know more about rocks than anyone in the whole world, Spencer thought as he watched a small ladybug crawl across his desk. Hey, I wonder if bugs are as interesting as rocks. Spencer and the Rocks.